Hello, everybody. Hello there, and hello to those on the replay. Please pop replay in the comments if you're watching on the replay. Just going to quickly check I'm live in all the right places, and then we will get down to business, as they say. I don't know who they are. Me, I guess. All right, so am I live on the Kimber Digital page? Yep, I am, and the sound's okay. Am I live in our free group? I don't seem to be live in both places. So let's see if I can share that whilst we're live. Let's see if we can do two things at once. Hello to those of you watching. I don't know how to get this to do this whilst I'm live. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Let's try that, shall we? And see if that's worked. I've never tried to edit a live whilst I'm live before. So I'm going to hope that this is working. Because I thought I had already gone live in there in StreamYard, but I guess not. So if you're watching this and you are watching live and you would like me to, I don't know if that's worked. Oh, there you go. I'm now live on Get Later from Instagram as well. Perfect. So if you are watching live, I'm using a piece of software called StreamYard. And so I can't see your name unless you give StreamYard permission to see your name. And you do that by going to streamyard.com/Facebook and just click the button that says give permission. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to register. If you're watching on the replay, you don't need to worry about this because I won't be able to see your comments anyway because I'll be gone. Hello, everybody. Hello, Vic. How are you all doing? Let me just get my notes up. So, hi. Let me go back to the beginning of my notes because I was just adding something in at the end, which is why I'm a little bit late. So my name is Kimber and I'm a gamification specialist. If it looks like I'm reading my notes, that's because I'm reading my notes. I've never been able to memorize a talk like this. So I find it's best to just be honest and tell you that I'm reading. So I know that many of you will have heard of gamification or may have an idea of what it is already. But I know that there's still loads of you who are completely baffled by it. So today I'm going to be sharing with you what gamification is and how it could be a game changer for your business. And over the coming weeks, I'll be doing a series of lives covering loads of different things to do with gamification, but I will talk about that more at the end. Hello, I'm not sure who this is. You'll need to give StreamYard permission to see your name. You can do that by going to streamyard.com/Facebook. Okay, so let's start with WTF is gamification. What on earth is it? So if you're not 100% sure what gamification is, you're not alone. It's one of those terms that people understand differently and has been interpreted differently over the years. It's been around for about 20 years, so it has been reinterpreted and reinvented many times in that time. And even gamification professionals can't agree on a set definition. So I'm going to give you a quick summary of what it is and how it works without giving you a specific definition. Throughout history, people have played all sorts of games, from hopscotch to chess, from Fortnite to Tiddlywinks, from conkers to cricket. We've all played a game and been unable to stop. We've been unable to put it down because we are enjoying it so much, because we want to beat our opponent or we just want to get to the next level. So the concept of gamification is to figure out what it is about those games that makes them so compelling, what elements of those games are motivating you to play, to keep playing, even when you're not enjoying it, necessarily, what we can learn from games to make non-games more successful, and what we can take from game design to help you get even better results in non-game settings. Now, loads and loads of businesses are using gamification, and you may not even realize, but after this talk, you are going to start to see it everywhere. So loads of the big brands use gamification in their marketing and in their courses to improve results for them and their audiences. I'll talk you through a couple of examples now. Thank you for sharing that, lovely. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, cool. So let's talk you through some of these examples. The big one, the one that I think most people are aware of, is the language learning app Duolingo. I've used this to try and learn languages and to improve my language skills. And they are absolute amazing example of a business that uses game elements cleverly to help their audience to learn languages. They've got over 500 million registered users, and they are a fantastic example of using gamification to help people get better results. Global shopping giants eBay and Amazon, they both use gamification techniques to boost their sales. And this next one, so the Nike Plus app, you might not have used it. I hadn't heard of this before. I saw somebody else using it as a gamification example. They encourage their users to get more active using gamification with two main benefits. So the more active Nike customers are, obviously, the more quickly they'll need more kit, which means that they will buy more stuff from Nike. So it's good for them from that perspective. It's basically one of those apps that encourages you to be more active. The other thing that it does is it generates a lot of data for Nike so that they can create much more targeted and precise marketing campaigns. And as a kind of extra benefit, their customers get fitter as well, which is quite cool. Now, if you use it well, gamification can be used to help you to reach your business goals by helping your customers to achieve theirs. It's all about working out what their motivations are and amending whatever it is you're doing. So we're going to be working with people on online courses, free challenges, affiliate launches, social media. So what we'll be doing with people, and what you could do as well, is working out what your audience's motivations are and amending whatever it is you're doing to help them achieve their objectives in a way that works for them. Now, gamification can be fun. Think quizzes, solving puzzles, defeating monsters, but some game elements that you probably will recognize can be considered to be stressful or negative or manipulative, despite the fact that they are effective gamification tools. So some examples that fall into that negative category are scarcity, which is where you say there's only so many places left on the course, or there's only so many hours left to buy something, or competition. Now, there's nothing wrong with using these tools, but it's really important to get a good balance of techniques and tools that complement the types of personalities in your audience. A common myth, I guess, is that gamification is just adding badges or adding leaderboards to something and hoping for the best, but it's not that simple. It combines game elements, game design, and game thinking, as well as taking bits and pieces of learnings from psychology, human behavior, and other fields like learning development, management, and marketing to improve upon existing systems and processes for better outcomes. It's not just about turning everything into a game. It is a lot more complex than people assume, and it is definitely a matter of test and learn, but if implemented well and tweaked over time, it can be a priceless tool for your business. So I am going to show you a little quote that was made for me. Now, this is one of my favorite quotes of all time. I'm a big Mary Poppins fan. I must have watched the original Mary Poppins film a billion times when I was a kid. And I couldn't find this quote anywhere. So my future brother-in-law and his wife designed this for me. So this says, I'm just going to see all my lights there. In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap, the job's a game. And it kind of encapsulates the whole gamification thing. And I just love it. So there's that. So how did I come into this? So I realized that I've been making things into a game to get better results and enjoy them more for as long as I can remember. And whether you realize it or not, you will have come across this in marketing since you were very, very little. If when you were a kid, you had to cut out coupons from your cereal boxes and you send those off to get a toy, that was a company using game elements to make you buy more of their cereal, and the prize for your efforts is a toy. If you've ever been to a local market or a local fair or a Christmas fair, there might be a stall with a guess the name of the teddy, where you pay a quid, there's a whole range of names that it could be, and you guess the name of the teddy. Now, they obviously have enough £1 slots to more than cover the cost of the teddy, so they get a return. But the real reason they do this is to get you to come to their stall. They use games to attract you to the table in the hope that you'll stay and buy something else. But a really clever stall holder will also sell the teddy bears, so you can just buy one if you don't want to play, or if you don't happen to win. You might have also seen people doing the same thing with the kind of count the sweets in the jar. Exactly the same situation. So you may have even run one of these and not realize what you were doing was gamification. So let me know in the comments, now that you know what gamification is, Do you think you're using gamification in your business already? Just a yes or a no in the comments if you have or you haven't. And I will move on to talking to you about why on earth you should care about gamification. Oh, Beck, I absolutely love Mary Poppins. I do want to watch it again, actually. Hello to those of you watching. So just give me a yes or a no if you think you're using gamification. I'll move on to the next bit. Okay, so why on earth should you care? If any of these apply to you, then you should definitely care. If you've ever run a successful challenge launch, so, you know, those free 5-day challenges that people run all the time, it might not be 5 days. Anyway, if you've ever run a successful one but have been disappointed by how many people joined in the live event or came to the group or completed the challenge, if you've ever wondered how to increase the engagement in your social media posts, if you've ever considered how to reduce the attrition rate of your online membership, so the churn, the amount of people that leave, if you've ever thought that there must be an easier way of getting more and better quality testimonials from your clients, if you've ever delivered a successful online course but wish that more of your students had actually completed it, or if you've ever wished that you knew what motivated your students, your challenge participants, your club members, your affiliates, so that you can help them achieve better results. If you have ever wondered any of those things, then gamification could be the answer that you've been waiting for. So let's do a quick talk through some of the kinds of results that you can get. We are going to play a little game in a second, but I'm just going to talk you through a couple more things first. I don't want this to be a really, really lengthy live, so let's try and keep it concise. All right, so the kind of results you can get by using gamification. Gamification can be used for all sorts of things. So it's really important to know what you're actually looking to use it for. So some examples include improving levels of engagement in your membership, courses, challenge launches, affiliate launches, things like that. Higher rates of online course completion or challenge completion, getting higher quality and more testimonials from customers, reducing rates of attrition in your membership, as I've just mentioned, better results for your clients in your online courses, which makes them happier, and then they are more likely to refer you to others, which is a win-win. And of course, all of the above leads to more sales, which is the ultimate business goal. So why me? Why am I talking to you about gamification? Why should you listen to me? I have been using gamification personally and in my business to improve results and meet my goals for as long as I remember. I didn't always recognize it as that, and I didn't always know that gamification was what it was called, but it is something that I have always done. As well as running my business in my spare time, I am a sponsored hula hooper, and I used gamification to outsell the other people who were sponsored by 10 times. Gamification has enabled me to improve all aspects of our business, leading to more sales and greater results for everybody involved. So whether it's engagement on our social media posts, an increase in the number of people completing our courses, or showing up live to online events, better participant retention in challenges and memberships, or getting higher quality testimonials, everything we have gamified so far has seen a marked improvement. I've also gamified other areas of my personal life too, to help me fit in extra reading, including all of the extra gamification reading that I've been doing over the past 9 months or so, to help me exercise regularly or to learn new skills whilst having fun. And I've now started to help other businesses to apply gamification techniques to boost results for them and their customers or members. So by working in this way, everybody is a winner. So now we're going to do something fun, interactive. I'm going to need you guys to pay attention because I'm going to need you guys to respond to something. So what we're going to do is I want you guys to choose which order I do one of the next bits in. I've written on 2 pieces of paper. Let's move my Mary Poppins. An A and a B. An A and a B. Which way around is it for you guys? Let me get my things up. A and B. There we go. So I think that's the right way around for you. They contain the names of 2 sections of my live. You pick the one which I read out first. How does it work? So Paul has already popped into the comments a comment which says, vote here. A is a like or B is a heart. So if you want me to start with A first, like that comment, the one that Paula has said vote here on, or if you want me to use B first, use the love reaction on that comment. Now I'm going to read both of them out, but you guys get to decide which order I read them out in. So whilst you're voting, I'll go through the next section about some results that we've seen so far, and then I'll see where you're at in terms of voting, because I can't actually see on here. So I'm going to have to properly check with Paula. So yeah, it would be great if you guys could interact on those. In fact, I even got a banner. I made a banner. Look, vote now. I'm such a child. Okay, so let's just make sure I've got my messages open so that they'll be able to tell me which one is the winner. So don't pop it into the comments. Have a look for the Kimber Digital comment that says vote here, and either respond to that comment by liking it or putting a heart on it. Hopefully that makes sense. Right, I'm going to move on to the next section, and when I get to the end of the next section, we will add up your votes. So what kind of results have we seen so far? This is kind of an extension of why you should listen to me. So let's look at some of the things that we've gamified for our business to show you what kind of a difference it can make. So we're going to start by comparing the two last InstaBizWeek challenge that we ran. So a lot of you will know me because I used to teach Instagram for business, and we used to run free challenges called InstaBizWeek. And so what we did is we compared results from the previous round to the last one, which we gamified a little bit. And that free challenge upsold to our Instagram course. So by adding in just a handful of gamification elements into the challenge, we went from a 1.1% conversion rate to a 2.9% conversion rate, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's an increase of 162%. Now, that was just by adding in a handful of gamification elements. Imagine how much of a difference completely gamifying this challenge from start to finish would have achieved, rather than just trialing a few things. And then our final Instamind course, our 10-week Instagram course, we did the same thing. So we compared the previous round to the final one. And in the final one, we gamified some stuff. So here's some examples of what we saw as a result of that gamification work. We saw a 29% increase in the people completing the course compared to the previous time, which is huge. That's a third more people completing the course than the previous time. We saw a 52% increase in posts in the group compared to the previous round. Engagement is really important, and it is what keeps people interested and engaged in the course. And we saw a 16% increase in active users. This is the number of users active in the group across the 10 weeks compared to the previous round. Okay, so hopefully Paula has been tallying up your votes and will let me know whether I should read out A first or B first. Let me take this banner down, and I've just seen the answer. Thank you, Paula. So you guys have voted for B first, so I will read B first. Okay, give me 2 seconds whilst I change my notes around, because I've written them all in the same place. So I'm going to make sure I do B first. So we are going to talk about now, let me do this. There we go. We're going to talk about how this even works, because I know that some of you are probably watching this going, still not really sure how this works. Oh, that's exciting, isn't it? Right, I think I've worked this out now. All right, so B first. Let me show you what they say. B. So we are going to talk about first social media. Okay. And I'll show you when we get to the next section what A said as well. You're going to read them both anyway, but I imagine at this point you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but I can't picture it. I don't understand it. That's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an example of how you can gamification has been used in social media, so you can see how it works to improve engagement. One of my absolute favorite examples of gamification in social media was a campaign by M&M's, the chocolate, not the wrapper, in 2013 to promote their pretzel flavored M&Ms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share it with you. Thanks, Jane. They are massive increases, and that was just us messing around trying to figure out how it would work. That wasn't us gamifying it completely. It could have been considerably more. So here is the M&M's example. There we go. So what they did is they created a kind of Where's Wally I Spy graphic, as you can see, with hundreds of M&Ms in it and one little tiny pretzel guy for their customers to find, because they were trying to promote their new pretzel flavored M&Ms. It's a simple graphic. It only cost them the time it took to make that graphic, but it really did help them to spread the word of their new product. So that post, as you can see there, well, you can't see this next stat actually. So they received 25,000 new likes on their Facebook page, as well as this, you can see 6,000 shares and 10,000 comments. This one game provided a fun way for fans to engage with the brand and spread the word on social media. So that's an example of a very simple example. And I've got hundreds of these, but this is the one I think people can understand easiest. A very simple example of how you can use gamification in your social media to improve your results, okay, by a big brand. Now, of course, small brands are using this too, and I will talk a bit more about that as well. So now I'm going to talk to you about A. So good luck understanding my handwriting on this one. I wrote this just before we went live. Courses, launches, memberships. So the launches are challenge launches and affiliate launches. And online events as well. So I'm going to talk you through how it works for this as well, because you might still be a bit confused about how this works. So let me stop sharing on that screen because it'll make everything a bit slower. Let me tell you a story so you can understand how it works for courses, memberships, launches, etc. So you've got two people running a course online on the same topic. Happens all the time. Let's say it's accounting, for example, or bookkeeping. Person one is running that course the way that everybody does it. They have videos and PDFs and a Facebook group, and everyone works through the content in the same way. Person two hires me, and we figure out what types of players, so students, what type of students they have in their course. We call them players because it's gamification. What motivates those different types of players, what your goals are for the players, but also what the players' goals are. Then I put together a fully bespoke plan from onboarding to upsell, if you want to upsell to something else, that takes all of those different personality types on a journey depending on what they need. We add in loads of game elements at all stages and keep the different personality types engaged. We also add in different game elements to keep people who are brand new to a topic engaged, and stuff for the more experienced people to keep them on board too. Then person two implements all of our things and the suggestions and starts the course. Now, gamification is a mix of art and science, so not everything we try will work straight away, and not all of it will work for every audience. So we have another meeting to look at working, what's not, what can be improved, and then person two goes away and gets stuff done. My favorite type of person, an action taker. So then what are the results? Well, if we look at person one, who didn't gamify their course, they have got the same course as everybody else. They're stuck getting the same results for their customers. They're struggling to get more testimonials, which means they are struggling to sell the course to more people, and they don't know what to do about it. Person two, who worked with me or who gamified their course, they don't have to work with me. They have got more people completing their course. They have got more players getting what they want out of the course, not just what person two thinks they want to get from the course. They have more raving fans who love the course and tell us about it. They have more and better quality testimonials, and all of this means they have more sales. So for those of you who don't run a course, this process also works for memberships, challenge launches, affiliate launches, virtual summits, etc. And for those of you who don't do any of those things, I've just showed you can gamify your social media for more engagement as well. We've got something for you around that as well. Okay. Kind of like a fancy quiz to click through. Quizzes are a gamification tool. You can definitely use quizzes for sure. I'll talk to you more about this in a second. Right, why can't I stop that sharing here? There we go. All right, so yeah, quizzes are definitely a gamification tool, Helen. Next up, I can close the M&Ms thing down, I can't. Let's talk about feelings. Some of you might be thinking, my audience is going to be thinking I am silly for adding in gamification, or it won't fit with my brand. I've got a boring business, or I'm not a fun person. I hear that all the time. I'm not a fun person. You can do this, Kimber, because it works for your brand. Anyone can do gamification. You could be thinking, I'm nervous to try this as it sounds experimental, or gamification isn't for me. For any of all of the above. Now, gamification doesn't have to be silly, and some of it isn't even fun. So firstly, gamification has been around for 20 years, and all the big boys are doing it, like in the examples I have already given, and a lot of the not so big boys are doing it too. But people are using it successfully those people who are using it successfully don't want to talk about it because they don't want their competitors doing it as well. So things that you're probably already aware of, you might even be using from the gamification world that you didn't even realize. So I've already mentioned this one, scarcity. This is telling people they should sign up for something because there are only so many hours left, or there's only so many places left. Scarcity isn't fun, or it's not, and it's not silly. It's just a game tool, but it works. The next one is competitions. So these can be fun and they can be silly, but they are being used by very big and serious brands to get great results. Again, another great gamification tool. Number 3, storytelling. If you have ever used a story to explain something to your students or your audience, that is gamification. Narrative is a core game element, and while it is fun, it can seriously be helpful too. The next one is polls. You'll see me doing this all the time. So this is gamification that is built into a lot of different social media tools. It's also in email marketing software, and it's all over the place, really. The idea is polls can help businesses to do market research or to play with their audience. Now, it is fun, but it is also an extremely useful tool for businesses, and it's not just silly. And progress bars. So if you've ever been on an online course and there's a progress bar that shows you how far through the course you are, or if you've been on LinkedIn and you see the progress bar that shows you how much % you have left to complete your profile, these are gamification techniques to try and get you to complete your profile or to try and get you to complete that course. It's not really fun. It's actually quite boring. It's just a progress bar, but it's clever and it inspires you to do more. Now, that's just a few examples, but there are literally hundreds of game elements that you will see others using, or you use yourself every single day without realizing. These can be used to encourage people to buy something, to help others to achieve their goals, to reach your own goals, and so much more. Now, the thing is, people are actually really used to this now. People see this everywhere because it is everywhere, even if they don't know what it's called. Quite often when I've been talking about this, people have been like, oh, I didn't know there was a name for it. It's not silly, it's not new, and I hope that you're as excited about the prospect as I am, rather than nervous at this stage. So using a couple of these gamification tools in isolation might help you to get better results, but the best results come from taking a wholesale approach, completely gamifying a project from start to finish, or a campaign, considering what type of game elements complement each other, what kinds of players you have in your audience, what motivates them, what demotivates them, and more. Scattering a handful of game elements in and hoping for the best could work, but it also could be a catastrophe if you accidentally add in game elements that clash instead of complementing each other. Your audience is also going to see through games for the sake of it, or any attempt to manipulate them through gamifying, which is a big concern that a lot of people have. You need to be smart about how you approach this gamification lark. So now I'm going to talk you through some things that you could do next, because you might be thinking, well, this is great, this all sounds like fun, you know what gamification is now, it's fun, it's exciting, but how can you use this now? So the first thing you can do, if you choose to, is you can do this quiz. So we've put together a quiz for you, and I know Paula's going to put the links in the comments if you want to do this. It's free to do. There you go. So have you ever wondered if you could get better results from your courses, challenges, or social media? Find out in 3 minutes what exactly gamification is and how it can solve the challenges you face in your business. Let's start. So down here, it shows an example. Like we give you, it's not just, we give you a whole report, okay? There's loads of information in there, loads of information. It says here, identify key areas of improvement, and you get a personal PDF report with feedback based on your responses to the quiz, and it's 100% free. So if you want to do that quiz, please do click the link and do the quiz. That's free. You can do if you want to. What's next on my list? Guest experts. So if you run a community that could benefit from learning about gamification for courses, memberships, affiliate challenge launches, or even to get more engagement with their social media posts, why not invite me to speak in your group or on your podcasts? Again, the links will be dropped into the comments about that. I have spoken in hundreds of groups over the year, and I do have a talk which can be made bespoke for your audience. So have a look at the link, because it tells you my bio, tells you a bit about the talk, and gives you the opportunity to send me a message to ask me to set that up. The next thing that I want to talk to you about, this is going to be like, and this thing, and this thing, and this thing. Yeah. Okay. So let's get set up. Right. So is one-to-one consultation. So let's talk a bit about what we're going to be gamifying for our clients. Well, we are already gamifying for some of our clients. So we provide a one-to-one consultation service to gamify their existing, and this is important, already successful online courses, challenge launches, affiliate launches, and memberships, and online events. So like online summits. How it works is we work with businesses that are already successfully running a membership, an online course, an online event, challenge launches, affiliate launches. We review your existing process in detail. We find out what you're hoping to achieve, find out everything we can about your customers and what they want to achieve, and then using gamification to completely reimagine what you've got now, from onboarding through to upsell. If you want to upsell, we provide you with a plan that will take your customers on a journey that is right for them. Like the example I gave you a second ago. The idea is we get them better results for them, the things they want to achieve, and also get you more of the results that you want. We provide you with a plan and then you implement it, but you're not alone. We have meetings to help you to tweak it and improve it once you've started implementing. Okay, so we're in testing phase at the minute with our one-to-one work. So if you're intrigued by this, you are in luck. It is an extremely in-depth process, completely reviewing and renewing your project from start to finish. Whilst we're in testing phase, we have a small number of consultation packages available for £4,000 plus VAT. Literally 2 or 3 more of those max. And then after that, we will be increasing the price to £10,000 to £12,000 plus VAT, depending on the side of the project. And we will be giving 1% of our fee to a green charity of our choice. And you will have an option to add an additional 1% to double that investment, but there's no judgment either way. And you can find out more and apply about that immediately. And the application form is a bot which asks you questions about your business and then gives us the information at the end. So again, we've gamified that, obviously. The links will be dropped in the comments for that. So if you're like, oh my gosh, Kimber, I'm not ready for full-on consultation, or if you don't think it's right for you, we are planning to bring out a whole range of social media templates you can use to implement gamification with your audiences, to increase engagement on your posts, to do market research and more. And to start with, we've created a set of 30 templates that you can use in your stories. So we created them with Instagram stories in mind, but you can use them on Facebook, or they've got stories everywhere now, haven't they? LinkedIn have got stories, I think. WhatsApp have got stories, so you can use them wherever you use stories. Those social media templates are to be used to increase engagement in your posts. They are in Canva, so you can change the brand colors. You can edit them to your heart's content. What we've done is we've added a PDF and explainer videos to show you how to use them. And we've also got some tips and tricks for making the most of these styles of post. They are an absolute steal. You get 30 templates for, I think it's £17.99, which is just less than 60p per template, which is an absolute bargain. And we've had people using them already, and they have increased their content engagement by more than 25% within the first week. So they really do work. The next thing I said at the beginning, so the thing that I said that I talked to you about at the beginning that I'm going to talk to you about again now is this is just this one of a series of lives we're going to do about gamification. We're going to be talking about gamification myths. We're going to be talking about using gamification for evil. We're going to be talking about all sorts of things to do with gamification in a series of lives over the next couple of months. If you want to be notified about those lives, if you're on the Facebook page, so if you're watching this on the Facebook page rather than the Get Leads from Instagram group, if you type the word live into the comment, our handy bot will tell you about our upcoming live series, and you'll get to choose which lives you want to watch, and it will remind you when they're happening, which is really cool. If you're watching on the Get Leads from Instagram page, you can still put live into the comments, but we'll have to come back manually and give you the link to sign up to the bot. But we will do that. It's just going to be later rather than on the Facebook page. It will be immediate. So pop live into the comments if you want to find out more about those lives that are coming up. The future. we're going to talk about the future now. Actually, I did see a couple of comments, so I'll do those first. Similar to what we used to do in teaching to get students to engage with topics that otherwise be boring. So teachers, learning and development, that use gamification really well. It's really common in that world. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. So in the future, we will be building courses about gamification, but I want to do a lot more testing before I get to that point. I don't want to be teaching people stuff that we haven't trialed ourselves with our customers, etc. So if you want to join the waiting list to find out more when we are ready to reveal courses about this, then you can do so. The links will be popped in the comments to sign up for those waiting lists. And what we've done is we've put some tick boxes there, so you can say which kind of gamification you'd be interested in. And what we'll do is if we get significant interest in one area over the others, then we'll start with the courses there. So I'm going to let you guys ask some questions now if you want to. Helen, so when you say I'd be interested in fitness examples, if you go onto the course waiting list page, I'm pretty sure that one of those links, in fact, let me have a quick look, see if I can do this on my phone whilst I'm live. It's always a bad idea. I don't know why I've decided that I'm going to do this now, but I'm pretty sure that one of the course things that you can look up is how to use gamification in your fitness, because that is something that I have done personally. I can't check right now. Maybe my team will know and can let me know because I can't load it up. Vic says the templates are so fun and my engagement on Instagram went up so much. Yeah, so Vic shared with me the insights on her page, on her Instagram page, after using our templates, and the results are incredible. The graphs and the percentage increase on her stories have been absolutely immense. Right, let's see if I can get this up then. And let me know if you have any other questions whilst I try and load up this link. It's going to be me speaking now. Right, let's go to this one. I think it's the Gamify Facebook page one. No, that's the one-to-one link. It'd help if I knew what my own ones were, wouldn't it? So Gamify course, there we go. That's got to be it. There we go. So on here, you have the option to choose what do you want to learn more about. So what do you want to do a course about? So would you be interested to learn from me about challenge launches, affiliate launches, online courses, online memberships, reading, how much you read, how consistently, etc. Online events, for example, online summits and festivals. And the last one is exercise. So how frequently you exercise, what you want to achieve, etc. So if you're interested in that, Helen, which you just said you are, please do go to that link and select which course you are interested in. Okay, I can't see any questions, guys and dolls. I use guys. I'm terrible. So I use guys to mean everybody, but I know that some people find it offensive. So let's go with people, shall we? So yeah, thank you so much for listening. This is one of many, and this will probably be the longest one because I wanted to make sure that I got across what gamification is, why you should care, some examples of some results, you know, some things that will help you to really get your head around what gamification is and how we're going to be working with it from now on. But the series of lives coming up, we're going to do one a week, I think. Will tell you even more from different perspectives. So I would strongly encourage you, if you want to attend those lives, to pop live, LIVE, into the comments, and our Facebook bot, if you're on the Facebook page, will remind you when we're live and give you the information about all those lives. And if you're on Get Leads for Instagram, just pop live in the comments and we'll come back and manually give you that link. Cool. All right, I'm going to let you get on with the rest of your day. Thank you all for watching, and thank you to everybody for being so supportive of this new business direction. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm very excited to see where it goes. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.